Hey guys, it's Mark with Shift Media, and today I'm going to show you how to create an opt-in pop-up that seamlessly transitions into a thank you or offer pop-up using Elementor. Let's take a quick look and see how it works. And there it is. You've got a message, you've got a link. You can include whatever you want on this thank you slash offer pop-up. Completely up to you. If you're interested in adding this to your website, stay tuned and I'll show you how to do it. Let's begin by creating our thank you pop-up. So over here, I like to give my pop-ups a name which I can remember. It'll make it easier later on when I need to find this pop-up. So also I like to add the step if there's more than one step in the pop-up. So go ahead, create that pop-up. And we're going to be creating our own design, so you can close out that template window. I'm adding a one column here. And the first thing I'd like to do is let's update the pop-up settings. For this, I'm going to go for a width of 500, height, custom height of 450, and under advanced for the padding, let's do 50. And these settings that we set up here, we're also going to add or apply these same settings for the next pop-up we create. It'll help with that seamless transition. I'm going to pull in a heading here, add some text. Again, this is the thank you pop-up. I'm going to go ahead and add a button. So on the thank you page, if you want to add a link or a button to a download or a PDF or something like that, you can do that here. And something I like to do just for usability's sake is add a closed pop-up link. Also note, you can style this however you want. I've already had some of these styles predefined. And here I'm just going to type in close pop-up. And to close the pop-up, for the link portion, click dynamic. Under actions, click pop-up. Under the pop-up settings, action, select close pop-up. Okay, that's pretty much it. We can go ahead and publish this. Just a save and close option here will work fine. Let's go ahead and create our second pop-up, which will have the opt-in. For this one, I'm using a similar naming convention and just putting step 1 instead of step 2. Again, having a name that's easy to locate and find later on is going to make things easier. Go ahead and create. Close out this library window. And just like before, I'm going to go for a one column. And let's go ahead and change the pop-up settings to be pretty much the same as the thank you ones. Width 500, custom height of 450, and under advanced padding 50. Okay, on this one I'm going to begin by dragging in a heading, claim your free offer. I'm going to drag in a form widget. We don't need the message, or at least I don't. I'm going to turn off the label. Okay. And over here, because we want this pop-up to take you to the thank you pop-up. Select actions under submit. And you'll see a pop-up option. And if we go down here under pop-up, under action, choose open pop-up. And if you remember, I asked you to give your thank you pop-up a name that you'll remember. And I always add the word pop-up to my names just to make it easier. And here, I'm going to choose my thank you pop-up. That's almost it. For purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to remove the email action because I don't need that. And because I don't want a scroll bar on this pop-up, I'm going to adjust the heading size. All right. Also, like before, I do like adding that close pop-up option here. I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick. Style it in the same way as the other pop-up. Under content, link, dynamic, choose pop-up, settings, action, close, pop-up. Cool. And let me just change that text. Close, pop-up. All right. I'm going to go ahead and publish this. And one quick thing, if you can go back to the thank you pop-up, what also helps with that seamless transition is to remove the overlay. And the reason being, this thank you pop-up is actually going to pop up on top of the opt-in pop-up. And if you do that, you're going to now have two overlays, which I guess it's fine, but I'm kind of particular and I like to have that seamless effect as much as possible. So let's go over here to pop-up settings, under style, overlay, color. I'm just going to zero out that color. There we go. And let me update that pop-up. Okay. Now, go ahead and either launch the page that you've already created, or you can create a new page. And simply, I'm just going to add a launch pop-up link here for testing purposes. And in order to link this to the pop-up, select the button, under link, click dynamic, under dynamic, actions, select pop-up, and here, action, keep open pop-up, and we want to find the opt-in pop-up. So again, when you have a name that's easy to remember, you can just type it in here and select the corresponding pop-up. Update. Let's preview the page and see if everything works. Cool, there it is. Oops, a little typo here. This should say close pop-up, but let's just see if it works anyway. Boom, there it is. There are steps for this tutorial on the corresponding blog post. If you have any questions, just type them in the comments. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.